Hey guys, welcome back to a new movie review. Today we're doing the film Bad Black. We'll talk about that in a minute. Also want to mention that, yes, I am back. Obviously from my quest, I had to take a break. I was feeling so I had to go upstairs, go and obviously lay down and do some stuff. Take a break from the last episode. That's why Ned took over the last episode, the Candyman one. But yeah, so we're here to do this episode. In this episode, we're not going to do any skits, so there's not going to be any of that kind of stuff like it usually is. We're just going to be a flat-out review, because this movie I feel like I didn't feel like doing one for this review, and for this particular movie, because you will understand maybe why. Also, I just didn't feel like doing one today, and I felt this one felt the most to not do a skit with. Felt this one was the most appropriate, and we might do some in the future that do not skits, obviously. We might do that just to change up the pace of these videos, so it's not just me doing the same, because I feel like I could do the same thing over and over again. It gets boring, so that's why if you have these two type of formats, the non-skits and the skits, then we can just, swap them around. But, so today we're doing Bad Black. If you don't know, this is a movie. If you've seen the movie, seen the trailer, post, or anything, you're like, this looks like a bad movie. You would usually think this looks like a B movie, bad movie. Yes and no. This is one of those weird instances with these type of movies. What I think is, in normal circumstances, I would say this could be considered a bad movie. In this circumstances, I think not. It's only one of the movies I reviewed that is kind of on this level, not as much as this, but this, if you don't know, filmed by a guy, I can't know his name, but maybe we'll put a picture up here with his name and everything. This is the guy. He made this movie. It's an achievement. Could you think that this guy made this movie with, for the record? Yes. That's pretty much a pretty interesting achievement. Now this guy, if you don't know where he's from Uganda. A place I would not think of when I was like, okay, a Ugandan movie. He makes a lot of movies and short things and stuff. So he does all the stuff. He does a lot of video stuff. But he's been doing this since 2005. There's a movie he made called Bad Black. It is very much, obviously, has that, from what also I want to make it clear, this very feels like indie, or like even, not even maybe indie, but like, for him, and if you've seen Uganda, the place where you saw the movie, to my knowledge, where he lives, like, there, and that's Uganda, and that's where he lives, so it's like, I'm surprised you're able to make a movie there. It's not like he has a big crew, or, no, he's just a guy. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna get people around to be in a movie and do stuff. It's like, it's really impressive, because he has first of all, the budget is something that I want to talk about, because they talked about, like, this movie. When I went to go see it at the Alamo, when I referenced some stuff that they mentioned, the person who ran it, Faye, mentioned, what I can remember, obviously, it's been a while. I get behind on movies, sorry I saw this later, early this year, but I can talk about it. I know enough about it to talk about it. I'm not, like, I forgot. I didn't, like, I forgot. Pretty easy movie to talk about, but she talked about a lot of stuff, like the movie for this budget for this movie was like nothing. It was like $20. So something really cheap. I was like, yeah, not surprising with movies like this, cheap, but also from where he is, that's like also even more surprising. Like for Uganda, that's even more surprising, because in Uganda and what he would do, and you see him, because when we saw that the Alamo, he was also working on the computer and like doing the editing stuff, and it was like, it's an older computer. Obviously, I don't know when that footage was taken, because it was in the stuff beforehand, the show before at the Alamo, the pre-stuff, they did a lot of pre-stuff for his stuff, but they showed that, him working on a computer, and looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's an older computer, I don't know when that is, but no matter from a certain point on, I was like, that's old, and like, that's old, like, ooh, he's working on some more stuff, and it looks very much like I wouldn't expect that guy was, it's cool, he's a cool guy, because like the idea to make a movie and to do this kind of stuff, the way you're doing it, really impressive for what you're able to do from where you are, and everything is it's so impressive, I think, and that's one of the reasons why this movie's not gonna get a super low rating, actually. I'm not actually, because to do what he's able to do is impressive, and it's like, yes, a lot of people can make movies, but there's certain ones where it's like, you can tell it says have a budget or quality. It's like, this thing, yes, when it comes to bad movies, it's not a bad movie, but you can still tell, like, they had a crew, they had this. This is a guy who's just like, I want to make a movie, and fucking, it's doing shit in a place that you wouldn't think of that we making movies. And with, also, when I went to see it, I think I said my Faye also mentioned that the guy who's making all these movies has never been to a theater. And it might have changed since then or something. Wow. You're making a movie, you've never been to a theater. So I'm like, what? Okay, that's really interesting to be. I don't know if you've probably seen movies, but and also a lot of characters in this movie are called like Schwarzenegger, or actual action movie stars and all that kind of stuff. It's fun. This movie is, okay, I think we covered enough about these things. Also, there'll be a link in the description. Want to check it out, the channel. This person does have a YouTube channel and posts this stuff on YouTube, which actually is really cool and really awesome. Also, the movie Bad Black is on their channel. There'll be a link for that as well in the description. you can click that and go watch and see for yourself what this is and see why I actually do like it. Like, I think it's fun. I don't know if it's intentional, but I do get a chuckle out of it a lot. Like, I do make me laugh. Not like completely for the whole thing, but it does have, I think the narrator is the thing where I'm like, it does have, even though I don't know if it's supposed to be, it's like supposed to be, I think, more like an action movie, but it does make me laugh, and it's not that that's a bad thing. Like, obviously, I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, or if that's intentional or not. Either way it does, I'm saying that you will get a kick out of it. You will either like it and appreciate it. It's just fun. He obviously does, so like I said, it's on his YouTube channel, you can watch it for free. So check it out, it's really good. I actually do recommend it if you're into this kind of thing, or interested to see a movie made in Uganda. Obviously, this movie's not for everybody. I'm going to say it's perfectly clear. Not everybody's going to like it. You'll be able to know quickly. Also, you just go look up Bad Black, look up the trailer for it, and that can tell you if this is for you or not. Just watch the trailer. If it's for you or not, great. You wait a couple minutes. So let's get into it. Bad Black. A movie that is really interesting. It's about, what comes to what it's about, there's a lot of characters. There's a doctor guy who was a commando, and he's not a commando, he's a doctor, but his mom, everybody else, his mom, his dad, his brother, and his dog was a commando. I don't know how I guess the dog could be commando, because all dogs in, like, military everything, I don't know. But, there's him, there's a bunch of other characters, there's a girl called, I guess, Bad Black is, like, the big bad person. There's a lot of fighting, action. This is a movie that I'm like, yeah, it's very interesting, and there's a lot of action and stuff into it. It's like weird, because I'm thinking of it like, it's not one that's easy to really explain, because there's so much stuff happening, so many characters, but it's very low budget, very action-y. I think it's good. Also, there's a voiceover throughout the entire thing, who narrates stuff, and he's one of the things that makes it, I think, funny. Like, it gives me, that narrator's the thing, like, Captain Alex is alive! Oh, Nellie's dead. Like, I think that's one of the best. Like, I love that guy. The way he says stuff in the commentary, it's fun. Also, this movie has subtitles, and the reason why, because you're thinking, like, because it's in Uganda, probably they're talking English, but I think a lot of it is kind of, I don't know if it's intentional or not, why, it could be, but some of it is hard to hear unless you have the subtitles. It's hard to understand if you don't have the subtitles. They're talking maybe English, but it's like, some of it's hard to understand without subtitles. It's one of those things where subtitles are hoping you'll be like, yo, he's saying this, you might not, in case you can't hear or something, I don't know if that's the reason why they're doing it, but a lot of it, some of it's like, you wouldn't maybe understand it without the subtitles. With the subtitles, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. I get everything you're saying, that's what it sounds like, it's really great. Really great. The subtitles help, also the narrator is great, and then he's throughout the whole movie, and then obviously the one guy who's the doctor, is like, eventually gets actually guns and actually becomes like a commando and stuff, and he's kind of weak, and then he becomes a commando, and there's other characters, like the Bad Black, I forget what the name is, the girl who is, like, the main character. There's other characters who read all this stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in this movie, so it's hard to really, like, I find to talk about. I'm like, yeah, it's really wired and all over the place, so it's really, check out the trailer, check it out yourself. That's all I'm going to say about it when it comes to story stuff, because it's really hard to talk about, so I forgot how there's so much shit going on. I'm thinking, like, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's not really easy just, because the thing happens in the beginning, or maybe it comes back later. It's weird, you gotta watch it, that's what I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to talk about story stuff, because it's really complicated, a thing with not like, oh yeah, that's what happened. This is not that kind of movie with, like, that's the easy way to explain it, but go watch the credit. What else do I need to say about this movie? I think we said everything. I think we get onto the rating. Well, I was debating on, do I want to rate this or not? I feel like, yes, I will rate movies, and I feel like this one feels weird, because it's more like a passion project, or something feels like weird rating, but I did look, when I looked up the movie, I just looked it up before this, because I want to get some information. Yes, there's a rating on it. It was actually higher than I was expecting. I was like, it got us like a 7 something, where I was like, I'm gonna rate it based, like, obviously with a movie like this, I rate it not because of, like, there's certain things, like, obviously it's not gonna be as good as, like, when it comes to camera quality, certain things are gonna not be as, this would be impossible, like, for this, it'd be impossible, like, there's no way it's gonna do that, there's no way this guy is gonna be, there's certain things with, like, you have especially with him, like, I'm surprised he has a camera and a computer and all this stuff to even do this stuff, so this is just a movie that is interesting. I'm gonna give it a decent rating. It's not gonna be super high. I knew I didn't want to get I don't want it to be like, for this type of movie and this kind of thing, I think I'm gonna give this, like, it's really interesting, because they gave it like a 7, and I'm like, so it's not bad, but I don't know if that's, I'm gonna give it a 6. It is, like I'm saying, like, the reason I'm not giving it more, I could be like, oh, give it a 10, if you like, yeah, but for this type of thing, yes, maybe it's a 10, but I'm just gonna go an overall thing, like, as an overall picture, I'm gonna give it a 6, like, it is, even though this is a movie that a lot of people was like, why are you doing 6? Shouldn't it be lower? There's a lot of things. I didn't want to do it too low because I don't want to be like, oh, this movie, it's not. This movie I wouldn't say is bad. Where it is, or worst, you know what I mean? Like, it's for this type of thing, I think I'm going to give it a solid 6. Really great. Really, I enjoyed it. I would watch it again. It's fun. I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's great. Before I started this video, I looked it up on YouTube. The video. I looked up the movie, and I saw it was on YouTube free. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it's on YouTube free, and I watched a little bit of it, and the narrative stuff is great. It's great. It's a fun movie. I highly recommend it. If you've not seen it, it's really good. Check it out. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and also go check out their channel and their stuff. His stuff. I say theirs. But his channel, he has a channel, and check out his movie stuff. He does a lot of great stuff. His stuff is fun. So go check it out. Support him. He definitely needs it. He does great stuff. So thank you guys for watching. You guys can always stay epic. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And like I said, no skit or anything today. We just wanted to do basic, bare bones movie review. But it's fine. Get back to my movies, talk about a movie that I feel like I want more people to go see this. So go check out Bad Black. Go check out Bad Black. Really great. Bye.